Hey guys, let's explore function notation. This video is going to talk about function notation and it's going to talk about evaluating it as ordered pairs. So let's go ahead and look at this. When you look at this, we read it f of x equals 4x plus 3. Okay, and what I need you to know is that whole thing f of x on that side, don't let it freak you out. This is the same as y. They are interchangeable. Okay, we can swap it. We could easily just say y equals 4x plus 3. F of x is function notation. It allows us to give some inputs in there, allows us to think a little bit differently about it, but it's the same thing as having y equals 4x plus 3. Okay, different ways that people read this is f of x. Okay, and that's real shorthand, real quick way to say it. A little bit longer, people can say function of x. Okay, more specifically, even still, we can say y as a function of x. Okay, all of those ways, it just tells us as a function. And you guys just practice this. A function means that x values don't repeat. Each x has one y. So we're saying f of x equals 4x plus 3. Any x I put in will only give me one y value out of it. Okay, that's what it means. This x represents my x value, or the x coordinate, because we're going to see today that functions are really giving us ordered pairs, okay? Because there's a whole relationship between graphs, equations, tables, ordered pairs. They're all connected to each other. They just give us the information in a different way. So functions are giving us ordered pairs. We just have to work for it, okay? So that x value there is the same as the one on the other side. These represent the same value. And again, we're going to explore that in our stuff that we go through today, okay? Last thing I want you to make note of is this whole thing, 4x plus 3, is how you find the y value or the y coordinate. It's the rule. It just tells you, hey, if I put in this x, this is the y that comes out of it, okay? Don't overcomplicate it, but as we work through this, I think it'll start making sense. So let's go through our first way of evaluating functions, okay? First thing is, can we just translate? In the most basic form, do I know what this information tells me? So the first one, f of -2 equals 5. All this is telling me is that this value inside, remember inside parentheses, that's my x value, and the other side is my y value. So f of -2 equals 5 just means that my point is at -2, 5, okay? That's going to be the point on my graph if I were to plot it on my graph. Okay, so there's my x, there's my y, right? All these things training my brain. So f of 0 equals -4. So we have 0 is x, and then we have this other side is y. So my ordered pair is 0, -4. Right? Stay with me. It's not that bad. Inside is x, other side is y. So my ordered pair is 1, 1. The last one, we have x. Oh, wait, it didn't give me a number, so it just stays x. The other side still represents my y. It's just not a numeric value, okay? So I could still write this as an ordered pair. I have x, and then I have this whole thing is my y value. Don't let that throw you off. It just tells me if I give you an x, so if I gave you 0, then you would be able to find the y value by substituting it in, and we're going to practice that. But I want you to see that's what that means, okay? X, y. It's giving you coordinates. You could go plot those, create a graph, okay? All right, now if I have an ordered pair, do I know the function notation for it? Okay, so this is x, this is y. So I'd say f of, remember it's f of x equals the y value. So this would be f of, instead of x, it's going to be 3 equals the y value is -2. Okay, don't overcomplicate it. This is x, this is y. So I have f of x, this is supposed to be x, so I put -2 equals, and this side's supposed to be y, so it's -8. X, y, 0, 0. So we have f. It's nice when it's the same because, guys, you can't mess it up. They're both the same number. All right, so that's ordered pairs for function notation. Not bad, right?